I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind?
Imagine an artist with incredible charisma, undeniable talent, and magnetic global influence. A figure who can captivate millions with just a glance of the camera. That figure is Kim Taehyung, or better known as V from BTS. But behind the glitz of the stage and the glitz of the advertisements that flood his face, there is something slowly being revealed. Something that HYBE, his own agency, does not want the public to know too much about. A subtle yet sharp tactic, which is now starting to be suspected as a way for the company to reap huge profits from Taehyung, without really giving him the protection and support he deserves. Many fans initially thought that all of V's appearances in various luxury brands, fashion weeks, exclusive photo shoots, and solo music projects were a form of HYBE's full support for him. But when explored deeper, there is a strange pattern that cannot be ignored. HYBE seems very aggressive in selling Taehyung's image, but passive in supporting his artistic side. It's as if they are more interested in making him a walking showcase, rather than an artist who needs space to create. Is this a business strategy? Maybe so. But in the eyes of fans, this is a form of exploitation neatly wrapped in luxury. Take a closer look. When Taehyung debuted solo through Layover, expectations soared. But what happened? The promotion felt half-hearted. There was no schedule to appear on major music programs. There was no series of variety shows like other solo artists. Even the album launch felt more like a mandatory ritual than a celebration of work. However, on the contrary, HYBE was actually aggressively releasing merchandise, photo books, and limited editions that were highly priced. In silence, HYBE seemed more interested in selling Taehyung's name as a brand, rather than strengthening him as a musician. And this is not a one-time coincidence. Fans noted how much of Taehyung's exclusive content was often released in paid form, even those that should have been given as a form of appreciation. Behind the scenes, short video clips and personal photo sessions were sold in expensive bundles. Even his collaborations with world-class brands were often announced suddenly, without media escort from HYBE. What does it mean? HYBE did not invest much in building a narrative about V, but immediately enjoyed the benefits of the impact of his presence. Furthermore, fans also suspect that there are secret maneuvers in Taehyung's activity scheduling. His content is often released when there is other big news that overshadows his spotlight. His solo activities often clash with the promotions of other HYBE artists. There are even cases where Taehyung's live or updates suddenly disappear from the radar just because the company is considered not to want to focus too much on him alone. Fans are starting to realize this is not a coincidence. This is a strategy. Silent, but very systematic. And why Taehyung? Because of all the members, he has a very marketable global aura. Not only because of his handsome face and elegant style, but also because of the mystery and depth of his personality that makes brands compete to get him. HYBE knows that. They know every step Taehyung takes could be gold. So, instead of guiding him as an artist, HYBE chooses to make him an exclusive commodity, neatly guarded, beautifully packaged, and sold at a high price. But the question is, how much of that profit actually goes back to developing him as a musician and artist? Fans are not staying silent now. They are starting to speak out, demanding transparency, and questioning where Taehyung's solo career is really headed. They are sick of seeing the artist they love being monetized without being fully supported in his vision. They know that Taehyung is more than just a visual icon. He is a songwriter, a singer, a true artist with big dreams. But as long as HYBE continues to treat him as a trading asset, those dreams will only become a selling point, not a reality. And now it's all been revealed. The tactics that were once hidden are now public discussion. HYBE could have stayed silent, continued their silent strategy. But one thing is for sure, the fans will not stop. They will not let Taehyung become just another walking money behind a big company logo. Because to them, V is more than just a name. He is the soul, the art, and the voice of millions of hearts that no longer want to be silenced. The atmosphere began to heat up. Fans from all over the world united in one voice. Stop exploiting Taehyung. Protest hashtags once again dominated the trending sites on Twitter, Weverse, and TikTok. Hundreds of analysis videos began to emerge, exposing suspicious timelines, comparing the treatment of other HYBE artists, and dissecting how Taehyung's every move was monetized to the maximum without balanced creative empowerment. This movement was no longer just a fandom complaining. It had turned into a mass awareness movement that the entertainment industry had shifted too far towards extreme capitalism, and Taehyung had become a symbol of that system. Some fans even revealed concrete data. One of them was how merchandise sales related to Taehyung always ranked at the top, from photo books, perfumes, fashion collaborations, to digital items. However, in HYBE's internal reports, there was no real evidence that the portion of promotion or creative budget allocated for his solo projects was comparable to the revenue generated. This raised an increasingly loud question. Is HYBE just draining Taehyung's commercial potential without really building the foundation for his solo career? Ironically, Taehyung himself is known to be a perfectionist and highly dedicated to his art. He is not the type of artist who just appears and disappears. On various occasions, he has shown how serious he is in the creative process, from choosing the color tone for the music video, choosing clothes in the photo shoot, to choosing a very personal album theme. But all of that often feels like an individual struggle, not the result of a big team behind it. Fans feel that Taehyung is alone in the battlefield that he should be facing with his agency. Several K-pop industry analysts have also started to speak up. They say that HYBE seems to have implemented a silent strategy that is actually very profitable for business. Minimal promotion, maximize public expectations. This means they let the hype and influence of Taehyung's name work on its own, without the need for large marketing costs. This is a cruel tactic that is commonly used in big industries, but when applied to humans, to artists like Taehyung, the impact can be very damaging. Because what is sacrificed is not only artistic potential, but also mental health, feelings of being appreciated, and dignity as an individual. Now, the public is starting to open their eyes. Fans are no longer just waiting for new releases with hope and love, but also with anxiety. Is this project really what Taehyung wanted? Or is this yet another HYBE strategy to sell his face without giving his soul a stage? Every new content is scrutinized, every statement analyzed. Trust in the agency is starting to crumble. And if HYBE doesn't change course soon and give Taehyung the space and respect he deserves, then one thing is for sure. This wave of resistance will not subside. It will only grow bigger, roar, and expose even more dark tactics behind the scenes. Fans are now more organized. They're creating petitions, sending protest trucks to HYBE's building, and even writing open letters directly to the company's executives. These actions are not just an outpouring of emotion, but a form of love that wants to protect Taehyung from a system that has always taken more than he has given. They know that if they don't speak up now, this pattern will continue to repeat itself. Not only for Taehyung, but also for other artists who are trapped in the packaging of popularity without the guarantee of fair career development. And for HYBE, this should be a loud alarm, because today's public is much more aware, smarter, and more courageous in speaking out about injustice. Maybe Taehyung will never speak openly about what he feels, but millions of fans out there have become his voice. They see, they love, and they are ready to act. Because Taehyung is not a commodity. He is an artist, a human being, and a soul who deserves to be respected as more than just a face that makes trillions of one.
Give me that crown, get in my way and to be put down. It ain't your place, no, this my town. If I want that shit, then I'll get it right now. I'm losing it, the noose it fits, some losing shit, a stupid myth. You choose to live or choose to dip, you choose to fight or lose your grip and lose a gift.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please slow